The mission of Catholic Charities is really threefold. It is to help those in need, especially the poor and the vulnerable, work to improve social conditions for all, and then call others in the church and the community to do the same. And we haven't strayed from that mission in over 100 years since we started in 1912. It is accomplished by our 8 agencies and the people in this central office. We are really looking to help strengthen families. We want to stay with them to help them develop skills, build financial assets, connect to the resources, and work through the issues that they may be facing towards a better life.
St. Patrick's Center is a homeless services organization that's methodology follows the housing first philosophy, and we reduce all barriers to housing for our clients so that they can become stable and secure in their housing to exit our services.
The support I felt from St. Patrick's Center is like support I've never felt anywhere before.
We see about 7,000 people come through our doors every year. They're either homeless or at risk of becoming homeless. Homelessness is not something that everyone experiences or has contact with, but it is critically important for agencies like ours to exist. And we are just incredibly grateful to those who recognize the need in this community to help those who are less fortunate and who are unhoused.
They are helping, and they're doing a wonderful thing.
Families come to us with a lot of needs. It's a program that helps over 250 youngsters every day. Kids oftentimes walk up the hill to our campus. They have nowhere to go. This staff will take a child and look at all of the issues and form a plan. We do some crisis care, we have apartments in the community, and it's the quality of life for our community that we're trying to improve.
Our mission is to serve senior adults in a patient-centered way in healthcare, housing, and rehab facilities. We have low-income independent housing, we have assisted living facilities, and a skilled nursing facility.
I fell in love with the place when I first walked in.
The peace of mind is unbelievable. I know that when she gets on the bus, that she will be very well taken care of the whole day.
Senior adult today is the fastest growing segment of the population. We serve about 3,000 people a year, and they don't have other resources in order to provide these services for themselves.
St. Francis Community Services serves people who are very poor and marginalized. Most of our clients are immigrants and are trying to seek a new life here in America. We are walking with people through their experience of poverty and hooking them up with resources that will help them. And that might mean jobs, it might mean education, healthcare, whatever they need to be able one day to support themselves and contribute to the community. I just really call on people to take a step back, to realize that, Jesus asked us to welcome the stranger. Jesus asked us to look at other people and see him in their face. We're called to do that now more than ever.
St. Martha's Hall is an emergency shelter for abused women and their children here in the St. Louis area, and we have a confidential location. We are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
I was not being welcomed at home. I was being talked about and criticized and put down, humiliated, but they welcomed me.
1 out of 3 women will experience some sort of physical abuse in her lifetime. We also know that a woman's risk of dying rises by about 70% once she's made that decision to leave her abusive partner.
We need places like St. Martha's Hall. The staff are trained to help these women and children escape that cycle of violence in their life.
We have 4 primary programs: infant adoption, foster care. We have a maternity shelter and transitional living program for pregnant and parenting teenagers who have nowhere else to turn. And then we have a pregnancy and parenting support program.
Our girls are just absolutely amazing, and they just really fit into our family. We really felt supported through Good Shepherd.
We have lots of scared, desperate mothers who come to us and say, I can't do it. I just know I can't do it. And so our job is to say, okay, let's sit down and let's figure it out. What are the obstacles? And we help remove those obstacles so that then mom can say, I can be a mom. I can be a wonderful mom.
Catholic Family Services is a mental health, emotional health agency, and we deal with a range of issues both in our school partnership program as well as our office-based counseling. When someone comes in for a session, we're hopefully improving their overall well-being, but at the same time, we're also an agency full of social workers that believe there's a greater good of society and that we have to advocate for as well, too. We place therapists inside of schools. Currently, we are in 115 different schools, and basically that therapist is providing mental health, emotional health inside schools. We're called to break down stigma, and part of that is to make services accessible for everybody. It doesn't matter how rich you are or how much you're living within the poverty line. We want accessibility to services.
LAMP is Language Access Multicultural People. We serve mostly the community of immigrants and refugees, and the services that we give to them are related to language. We interpret for more than 46 languages, and we provide translations and training as well. For communication purposes and for the immigrants and refugees to know their rights and to exercise their rights to access services, the language is a vital element. And that's what we are trying to accomplish on a daily basis. We actually work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Queen of Peace Center is a family-centered behavioral health care provider for women with addiction, their children, and families. Additionally, we do housing, early childhood development, and adolescent prevention. We really are the only treatment center of our kind in St. Louis City and St. Louis County. We're experiencing a heroin and opioid epidemic.
When I ended up pregnant in my addiction, I came to Queen of Peace.
In any given year, we admit between 750 to 850 women. Addiction knows no bounds, no socioeconomic, racial, ethnic. It really is a disease that impacts our whole community.
It was pretty much overwhelming, but they helped me through it.
On an annual basis, we are serving 140 to 150,000 people, touching them in many ways, helping a family member that then emulates and expands to the broader family. Many of our programs are helping women and their children. So it not only maybe touches our clients directly, but indirectly we are touching and helping many, many people.